Now, hello everyone. Today will be my first video in English on this account because, as you could see from just in general my YouTube channel, everything I do in Russian. But today we have like a special topic and special thing that I wanted to tell you because it's more more wider topic. And today we're going to talk about free perfumers meetups in the Netherlands. And to begin with, I will just tell you a little bit about myself. And just in general, this video is about actually welcoming you in for these meetings. And in this video, I will just shortly tell you how it's going, what we do, and that everyone is actually welcome and free to join us. But if you would like to get know more information, how everything is going on, you can continue this video. So a little bit about myself. So my name is Valeria Lashina, and yeah, I'm a perfumer, and I've been working with scents for about 4 years. And I started with some aromatherapy, with some essential oils, but I'm deeply more focused on perfumery for around 2.5 years. And I work independently from my home lab, and yeah, as you could see also from a presentation that I create my own formulas and perfumes. Mostly I work for like individual order for people who'd like to create their own scent. So this is my target for now. This is what I'm focused on and what is interesting for me. And also a big part of my perfumery life is attending different exhibitions. And one of my favorite is Simpar because I really enjoyed it, and I go here almost every year. So I went here already 3 times. And every time I have so many different like really expressions, and I'm so happy to come here and to meet new people. So basically, because I had like a lot of experience on Simpar of meeting new people, and now currently I live in the Netherlands. So at some point, I really started to see that I, r- I really miss this communication with other people who also create perfumes, who are also in this topic. Because basically, what I do, yeah, of course, I have my online sources that I share my ideas. I have my Telegram channel. I have my YouTube. But when you meet like a people offline in a real life and you can talk with them about what you're passionate about, this is completely different. And I'm sure that if you're watching this video, you know what I'm talking about. So at some point, I decided to create these meetings. And because really perfumery is such a very closed field, and there are not so many perfumers like that's I know, that's just in general like more open, because so many of them, yeah, of course they work in more like industrial way, but people who work by their own or do this for hobby, it's yeah, now it's more popular topic, and people are more presented online in also in some social medias. But for example, in the Netherlands, I didn't know anyone. And yeah, knowledge is often passed only through schools or mentors, and there is not so much information about perfumery, like a really deep information. Of course, you can find some formulas, you can find some accords, but some really deep information about some perfumery tricks, about some ingredients. You really can find it in open sources, and so many times you can really get know this knowledge when you talk with somebody and share information. And when I was looking for like a partners meeting, I really couldn't find anything, because most of them, of course, they are more in France or in different countries. But in the Netherlands, where I'm currently live, I really didn't find anything. And um, for me, it was kind of sad, because I really wanted to to communicate with people, um, to meet together, but I didn't know anyone. Um, yeah, and sometimes it's really hard to just talk, smell together, and exchange ideas, because there are not so many like perfumers, and when they are even here, mm, they are not maybe more present in social medias. And people who are in social medias, of course, you can talk with them, but smell together and just to be in presence, like in real life, it's different. And yeah, I also work from home. I work in my own lab. And as I said, that I can really share things online, but it's not the same as in a real life. And I really missed some live conversations, and especially with people who speak the same like perfumery language, because yeah, of course, I can when I do something and when I'm so patient about some ingredient or when I did some accord or perfume, I'm so curious to like hear what other people think about this, and then I go to my boyfriend and I say like, oh, maybe you can smell, and he says, oh, nice, or not nice, or sweet, or it's not sweet. Oh, fresh. And I'm like, yeah, yeah, I really understand this. People, that yeah, people have a different development in the way how they can describe and talk about smell, and yeah, so because when I really want to discuss a smell, for me, it's so interesting what person can feel from it, what kind of aspects of a scent he can notice, what kind of, for example, when he smells ingredient, how he can apply it to different accords, how he imagines that he can use it, and maybe some little um, tiny things that, for example, I didn't notice, but this person can tell me, and it would be a really such a nice experience how we can share. So yeah, I really missed it. And online, of course, with people in the comments or with just other perfumers, we had like online meetings. We tried to smell the same ingredients online, but online again, it's completely different because I have, I don't know, vetiver, like one specific vetiver. Other person might have also like the same, I don't know, Haiti vetiver, but it can smell like really different, such tiny difference, but still it is. Or yeah, some ingredients can be from different production, and it also can be different smell, but when you're in a real life, you smell the same thing, and then you can really share the same experience and talk about the same stuff. So yeah, now I live in the Netherlands, and I'm originally from Ukraine, and I personally speak Russian, Ukrainian, English, and a little bit of Dutch. Maybe even more than a little bit of Dutch because my boyfriend he is Dutch, and I live in a Dutch family, so I speak Dutch, I think, on a level almost B1 by now. So, for example, when we made the meetings, main language that we had the converse like that we were speaking, it was English, but it was completely fine by me and by other people when you don't know how to say in English some words, and you can share them in Dutch if you want, and then we all try to understand each other. So for me to know English and for other people who can speak English is such a great opportunity how we can meet together like people from completely different countries. And yeah, the Netherlands is such a nice country because so many people from different countries live here, and I'm so happy that English can join us together. And what I found out later is that many perfumers work also like this, that they work independently and not in corporations or large factories. And so often it's like work that you do when you're alone. And many of us miss live professional communication. And reason why I actually started all these meetings because I really felt so lonely in a topic that I like. And I really noticed it from Simpar that it's so nice to talk and meet people who are in the same, again, in the same passion as you are. And for example, you can see pictures that I made in Simpar in 2024 and 2025. That's people, and real life experience that you can have with each other. It's so valuable. You really appreciate this because it's really awesome how common energy, how you can just be together in this flow. And so it was really so nice, and I really noticed that people who want to unite, people want to come together and um, to share their ideas and just to be with people who can completely understand them. And the first step and how actually everything started is that I wrote a post on the base notes. To be honest, it was the only one. It was in March, I think, last year in 2025, and it was one of the like a main website, main forum where I know where news that people are talking about perfumes. And in base notes, you have like a just in general, people talk about already made perfumes, and people talk about DAI perfumes. So when they have some questions about accords and just in general some more really specific perfumery stuff when you do perfumery. So I just wrote a post like, hey, like I really want to meet people who are also into perfumery in the Netherlands. So if you would like to have some offline meetings, you are welcome. Let's do something. And yeah, I said that there are no requirements, no levels like needed, and everything that I wanted is just like people to have interest in perfumery, and they actually are like trying to do something with it. And yeah, people started to respond, and several perfumers they started to answer, and then they also wanted to have like live meetups. And for me, it was also so interesting that people were so happy about this, and they also like said that, oh, Valeria, I really also felt the same about live communication. I wrote also do this alone, or I do this for a hobby, and I miss people, and yeah, of course we can talk online, but it's yeah, when it's awesome that there are some people who are like in the Netherlands, and they do the same stuff as me, so we can talk about this together. And yeah, then we created a WhatsApp group, and then we started just to plan a dates, and then it was it was successful. I mean, that format that we had of our meetings, it was that we did it offline. It was free. It was small group, um, and as I said, that the only requirement is interested and openness, open to be open to to perfumery and to other people. And if you had a question, what we're doing together on these meetings, so to be honest, when I started this, I had no idea about like formats that we're going to do together and how is it going to be. So we just started from simple thing. We just brought perfume ingredients, and we smelled them together. We shared some expressions about this. We were talking about accords, methods, about ideas, and we in last year, in 2025, we had three meetings, and in 2026, we already had one meeting. So, um, because we started in March and we had first meeting in May, I guess. So, how often it is, of course, it depends on how we discuss it in the chat, how often we want. There are no strict rules or limits about meetings. Yeah, we just do the way how we feel. Uh, and uh, and yeah, it was so interesting. Uh, and still is when we bring like perfume ingredients. And firstly we were just getting something that we were so curious about. And for me, I was working with some cognac absolute, and for me it smelled so awesome, and I was so like impressed, and then I just got it also with me so other people can also smell it. So I was really happy, and then other people did the same way. uh, and for example, meeting on the 7th February, just I think last week, beforehand our meeting, we shared ingredient lists in advance, and that everybody could choose what they really wanted to smell. And for example, some ingredients I don't have, and then I saw that they were in a list of other perfumer, and I was like, oh, this is was so interesting for me because I was always so curious to smell them and to find out for myself if I really need this ingredient, or it's not so important and I can skip, and then by myself I can smell it and I can figure out also if I really need to get it, or I can replace it with something that I already have and it's not so necessary to get. Or there are some ingredients that I saw in so many formulas and I still don't have it. Or for example, I was looking for it and I couldn't find it, and then I can just ask that people who already have these ingredients, for example, where they got it, and how they use it, and so useful information to hear again, to hear this information from the people who actually use it, who actually work with it. It's so incredibly useful. And yeah, last time we smelled more than 70 ingredients. I got, I think, 35, and other person also got 35. And we had one more person, but he didn't have ability to take things with him at that time. But before that, he also was getting like really such a specific and such a unique stuff that I've never heard about or I never smelled, and I've never saw in any shop that I knew and I ordered before. So it was really such a nice experience. What we also do together is we're sharing our work. So, for example, if you do something, you did some accord or you did some perfume, and you want to bring it together, so everybody can smell it and give you a feedback. Of course, if you want, if you don't want, it's also fine. So everything is so optional and respectful. So if you have like a desire to improve something, you can just tell your worries or your thoughts, and we just can advise some ingredients that we think, oh, this may like really fit in it, or this might may it's not going to maybe going to work what I think. So we just really give in such a easy way each other a feedback, and it's so nice because, for example, I was really not sure if what I do is like such a, I don't know. For me, it was like a okay. I have my own standard, and I was thinking, okay, this is something that I think that is good, or maybe not so good, and then I bring it to show it to other people, and they say like, wow, this is really such a nice job, and I realized that I was completely underestimating myself and the way how I did it. So it's really nice to have like a live feedback and to hear it from also other people who can specifically smell such a tiny aspects of your work and give you a professional feedback, not only a fresh, not fresh, sweet or not sweet, or lekker and neat lekker. So it was really nice. And of course, uh, it's great to have a feedback from different group of people, because when I showed it to my boyfriend, and he's like a regular perfume user, so for me it's also nice to have a feedback from him. How is it for other people? Because for perfumers, and from a perfumer perspective, it can be wow, such a masterpiece, it's so unique, it's so like interesting. But eventually, people who are like a standard perfumer users, who are not such as specifically in perfumery, but they like to wear something on themselves, for them it's nice. Uh, like for them it's nice or not nice, but for perfumers, from perspective of how uh, how uh, complex this work is, it's all really unique job. And also last time we shared uh, some I shared my work that I did a perfume, and I called this perfume like an anger perfume. So I was just curious about how I can apply my emotions and how I can apply my feelings into something like a in a perfumer language, in a ingredient language. And I knew that it was not something that people would wear. It's not a commercial smell, but for like perfumers who understand, for example, how it was made, some like really aspects of this. It was so interesting to smell. and just like a really nice experience. And yeah, I wanted just to say a few words about experience level because there are people with completely different backgrounds that they come on meetings, and someone who is 15 is Dutch, 15 years old in perfumery, and somebody who just started, and somebody in between, like, for example, me, I'm not so much professional. I don't have 15 years experience, and I can say also that I'm a beginner, so I'm somewhere in between, somebody who is exploring, who is researching, who is doing and learning from my own experience. And yeah, people who for who perfumery is just a hobby or for fun, and for them it's nice to have a conversation, and also for people for who perfumery is a work, and they take it really so seriously. But it really doesn't matter because level because this interest and curiosity to perfumery, this is what it matters. And perfumery for me is some sort of creativity, and everyone has such a unique perspective, very unique experience, and this is what is like valuable and what we appreciate. Your like personal view on the way how you see, on the way how you do, and it doesn't matter what kind of level you have. Um, yes, that growth in perfumery happens so naturally through practice, through conversations, through smelling together, through questions and dialogue. For example, I during our meetings, sometimes somebody can share some fact, and I'm like, "Whoa, this I really didn't expect, or I really didn't know," and probably I would never find out this by myself. But when somebody can say something like this, I'm just, "Ooh, this is really, really nice information," and I feel after our meetings that I really expand myself, I expand my feeling, I expand my knowledge, and this is what it's about. So yeah, if you had a question about locations, we currently meet in Amsterdam, so it was a place where we met last times, but everything is so flexible and locations we can discuss together, so this is how we do in chat. We choose dates also according to people when they can, and we're just trying to combine it so it's comfortable for everyone. And the same about location, but just Amsterdam was comfortable for all of us, because some people they come more from the north of the Netherlands. I come from Nijmegen, more to the border of with Germany, from the east. One person came from Limburg, almost on a border with Belgium, so it was really completely different. Uh, and I wanted to say that meetings in another cities are possible. As I said, that everything is so flexible. And if you're from Germany or Belgium and you still want to come, please free to join us because it doesn't matter what kind of nationality you have. I'm Ukrainian, and and we had one meeting where some people were Dutch, some people were Italian, some people were uh, from Greece, and it's really so great that it doesn't matter which nationality you are, as because what matters is your personality, is your uh, passion, is your interest in this topic. So you like really everybody is welcome. And I wanted also to say quickly about community and networks that perfumery world is quite small. So because like really, when you get more into this like uh, sector, then you can really you can really see that when you know one person, then you get know other person, and you people really know each other. And when you meet people, when you meet people, then if you have any question, if you have any idea, but because people they know other people, so it's such a great way how to get know other people not knowing them, because you just know some people and they're like through like a shake hands, you know much deeper and like wider, just because you already getting into this community, and your circle naturally expands and new connections appear very organically. So my last, almost last slide, that if you would like to join, you're so welcome, and link in to our WhatsApp group is in the description. You can really join us directly, and here we discuss meetings and dates here. So if, for example, you have also any questions about like a perfumery, because I remember that I was doing one accord and I had question about this and I really didn't know how to make it the way how I wanted. So I just like quickly write a message and people can, oh, you can do this and this, so they can really give me some advices, and it's really nice that people can easily reply to you. And I just forgot to tell you also one such a important reason why, for me, live meetings started to be so valuable. Uh, Also because ingredients, but I was working on one perfume. It was a coffee perfume, and I was trying to do this coffee accord so hard, and I was trying from so many different ways how I can do this, and just didn't want to work. And then at some point, I was like, should I think about how like a pure ingredients that I have? Is it like a I don't know, is it natural? Because in the package it says it is natural, but I started to doubt about this, and I brought this coffee ingredient with me to this perfumers meeting, and people who worked also with coffee and had like a really different types of coffee, and they really know this this ingredient so well. They were like, "Oh, Valeria, we're sorry to say this, but probably you don't have like a original one. You don't have like a natural. This is some smells something weird." And I was like, "Hmm." And then I, because I also asked these people to got coffee CO2 extract with them, so I could also smell. Like a different types of coffee, and for me it was so nice that I could compare my ingredient to other ingredients and to smell this difference. So it was really useful for me. So yeah, if you would like to join, please, you're welcome. And probably if you're watching this video, you're probably already feel curious, and maybe you're also looking for a live connection. Maybe for you, it's time to meet us as well. And we would be so glad to meet all of you. Uh, this is everything that I wanted to say. If you have any questions, please, you're welcome in the comment section. So you can write me and you can ask me everything, and we can stay in touch. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I wish you to have such a great day, and see you or in the next videos, or next time in person, or both. So bye bye.